So we are talking now about social studies, and we're mixing it up with English. So we're doing some reading comprehension about the Ukraine's quality of life. So in your home learning folder, in the Ukraine booklet, at the back of it, there is some pages, and they're about the Ukraine quality of life. So there are going to be, this is a reading comprehension challenge. So you can choose. Everyone has to do level 1, which is to read and answer questions from Quality of Life of the Ukraine. But there are also 2 other levels. So if you feel like a challenge, you can do level 2 or level 3, and we'll talk about those as we go through. So level 1 of the challenge is to read this page in your booklet, which is the Ukraine Quality of Life. And it talks about healthcare, employment, and family and gender roles. So those 3 things. Okay? So what you need to do is you need to read through each paragraph, read the whole page, and then you are going to answer the questions which are on the back. So what is the quality of life in the Ukraine? What are your thoughts on the gender roles? Are they fair? Okay? Then you are going to answer, what does the reading remind you of? Remember, this is a connection, so maybe it's to another book, which is text to self. Maybe it's to world. Maybe something's happening in the world that it reminds you of, or text to self, something that's in your life. And then you're going to circle what the correct answer is. So remember, when you're reading it, or when you're answering the questions after you've read it, you can go back and check. So let's say I read it through and I'm answering the questions. So I'm looking for the unemployment rate in the Ukraine. So I'm like, I can't quite remember. So I'm going to look through. I'm going to see where it says employment. And the first sentence says the unemployment rate in the Ukraine is 9.2%. So that I'm going to go, and I know that it's 9.2%. So I'm going to circle my answer. Okay? So that's what you need to do. So that's level 1. So if you're only doing level 1 of the challenge, then I just want you to take a picture of your question page and send it to me on ClassDojo. Now, if you're up for a challenge and you're going to do level 2, you need to read and answer questions from Quality of Life and the next section, which is Culture and Identity. So remember that Quality of Life, everyone has to do, but the rest of them, level 2 and level 3 challenges, are optional. So you will get bonus points on Dojo if you do them. So for Culture and Identity, you are looking at this page, and we're talking about the traditions and customs, the celebration, the language they speak, and the arts. Okay, so that's like the things that they enjoy doing, and like the artsy things. So things that you would do in art, and maybe like story writing and things like that. So again, you're going to have a read through this page, and then you are going to answer the questions on the next page. So it's the exact same thing, just a little bit different strategies. So there's 2 questions based on the readings. Okay, those answers should be in there. There's a text feature, which is when we're reading, we can see what are you imagining. So you don't have to pick something from everything, but try and pick a section and say what you're imagining. And I just want you to draw it. That's it. Just draw. Draw what you were imagining. And then again, true or false, you're circling whether it is true or false. So again, feel free to go back. So if we look at the first one, the Ukrainians are known for their singing and storytelling. Let's find out. And have a quick look through. So it says they are known for their decorative side, but they enjoy telling stories and singing songs. So they're not known for it, so that would be false, because they do it, but they're not known for it. They're known for their decorative side, okay? So that is level 2. So if you want to just stop now and do level 1 and level 2, that is great. Okay, or you can accept the last challenge, which is level 3, and you need to read and answer questions from quality of life, culture and community, and characteristics of community. So the 3 pages. So you need to read the last page for this, which talks about the government, it talks about houses, it talks about goods and services, and transportation. So remember, goods and services are the things that they make, okay? And the services are the things that people do. So if they sell food or they work in a hotel, okay, the things that they provide to people. So remember, we talked about services for the other countries, like how they have electricity, doctors, teachers. Those are all services that we have for people. So things that help people. And remember that goods are things that people make or grow. Okay, transportation, again, that's how we get around. So cars, buses, things like that. Housing, we've talked about if they have apartments or big houses or lots of space or little space. And then the government, so do they have a president? Do they have a prime minister? You'll find out what they have. So again, you're going to read through the page of characteristics of community, and then you're going to answer the questions, okay? The challenge part here is the summarize. So you need to write just the important details from the reading passage, okay? So again, remember level 1, you have to do quality of life. Everyone has to do quality of life. They have to read it and answer those questions all the way back here. So I really want to see this page on my ClassDojo as your assignment. That is what you need to submit. But if you've done a level 2, you need to submit quality of life and culture and identity questions. And if you've done level 3, you need to submit quality of life, culture questions, and the community questions. So you should have 3 pictures for your ClassDojo. So good luck and read well.